Good morning children and welcome back to online class. I hope you all learned well the previous topic what I taught already. Last week we all learned one of the physiological process that takes place in plants, that is respiration. Do you remember what is respiration? Yes. What is respiration? Respiration is a process of oxidation of food that release energy in the form of ATP. Which organelles are responsible for respiration? Mitochondria are the organelles responsible for respiration. Mitochondria also referred to as the powerhouses of the cell or ATP factory of the cell, because as a result of respiration, mitochondria release energy in the form of ATP. So they are referred to as ATP factory of the cell or energy currency of the cell. There are two types of respiration that we learned. What are the two types of respiration? Aerobic and anaerobic respiration. What do you mean by aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration is a type of respiration where oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out, or it is nothing but oxidation of food that release energy in the form of ATP. What do you mean by anaerobic respiration? Respiration that takes place in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration that takes place in three stages. First stage is glycolysis, second is Krebs cycle, third is electron transport chain. First stage, what is the first stage? Glycolysis that takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Second stage, which is the second stage? Krebs cycle. It takes place in the mitochondrial matrix. The third stage is electron transport chain. It is located on the inner membrane of the mitochondria. What do you mean by anaerobic respiration? Respiration that takes place without oxygen, that is anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is also termed as fermentation. Next, the last one is RQ or respiratory quotient. RQ or respiratory quotient. This respiratory quotient may be defined as the volume of oxygen consumed and the volume of carbon dioxide liberated out during respiration. That is respiratory quotient. In short, we can term it as RQ. Okay, now you are going to mark the book back question answers or the evaluation part. Please turn, children, you have to turn page 184 in the textbook. Page 184. See, choose the correct answer. Roman number 1, choose the correct answer. Fourth one, which is formed during anaerobic respiration. Option B is correct, that is ethyl alcohol, which is formed during anaerobic respiration, ethyl alcohol. Then fifth one is Krebs cycle takes place in which option? Option B is correct, that is mitochondrial matrix. Sixth question, oxygen is produced at what point during photosynthesis? Option C, that is when water is splitted. Then Roman numeral 2, third question, glycolysis takes place in dash. First two we marked already. If you want, I will tell you one more time. Cortex lies between dash, epidermis and endodermis. Second one, xylem and phloem occurring on the same radius constitute a vascular bundle called conjoint. Question number 3, glycolysis takes place in dash, that is cytoplasm. Question number 4, the source of oxygen liberated in photosynthesis is water. Fifth one, dash is ATP factory of the cell. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is ATP factory of the cell. Next, Roman numeral 3. State whether the statements are true or false. Correct the false statement. First statement given us, phloem tissue is involved in the transport of water in plants. Children, you all know that There are two types of conductive tissues present in plants. They are xylem and phloem. Xylem contains water and mineral salts. Phloem contains the food material. The given statement here is phloem tissue is involved in the transport of water in plants. This is false statement. Which is the correct statement? How to write this sentence? Phloem tissue is involved in the transport of food in plants. So, you have to underline the term water and write food in plants. Instead of water, you have to write food. Instead of water, you have to write food. So, underline the term water and write food. Second one, the waxy protective covering of a plant is called as cuticle. That is true. Then third statement, in monocot stem, cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. The given statement is false. All dicots have cambium, so the width of the stem increases, isn't it? So in monocot stem, cambium is absent. So what to write is, in monocot stem, cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. The given statement is false. So instead of monocot stem, you have to write dicot stem. So underline the term monocot stem and write dicot stem. Fourth question, palisade parenchyma cells occur below the upper epidermis in dicot root. Root do not have this type of tissue. So, instead of root, you have to write leaf. So, the given statement is false. Instead of root, what you have to write is leaf. Palisade parenchyma cells occur below upper epidermis in dicot leaf. Dicot leaf. So, instead of root, you have to write leaf. Fifth question, mesophyll contains chlorophyll. True. Sixth question, sixth statement is anaerobic respiration produces more ATP than aerobic respiration. The given statement is false. Anaerobic respiration produces more ATP. With instead of anaerobic respiration, you have to write aerobic. Aerobic respiration produces more ATP than anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic. So instead of aerobic, you have to write anaerobic. Instead of anaerobic, you have to write aerobic. So, I am telling the statement once. Aerobic respiration. Sixth statement. Aerobic respiration produces more ATP than anaerobic respiration. Next, Roman number 4. Match the following. Amphicribral bundle, that is seen in fern. Cambium is responsible for secondary growth. Third one, amphivasal vascular bundles are seen in Dracaena. Xylem, conduction of water. Phloem, translocation of food. Then Roman number 5. First question you marked already. Second one, where does the carbon that is used in photosynthesis come from? Where does the carbon that is used in photosynthesis come from? The answer is the carbon that is used in photosynthesis comes from CO2 in the air. Comes from CO2 in the air. The carbon that is used in photosynthesis comes from CO2 in the air. Third question. What is the common step in aerobic and anaerobic pathway? Glycolysis. Glycolysis is the common step. It is common in both aerobe and anaerobe. The first step in aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration is glycolysis. So glycolysis is common to both aerobes and anaerobes. Fourth one, name the phenomenon by which carbohydrates are oxidized to release ethyl alcohol. That is fermentation or anaerobic respiration. Fermentation or anaerobic respiration. Next, Roman numeral 6, short answers. First you marked already. Second also you marked. Third one, draw and label the structure of oxysomes. What are oxysomes? Mitochondrial membrane have fine, this inner membrane bear fine tennis racket-shaped particles known as oxysomes. These are involved in ATP synthesis. Draw and label the structure of oxysome. It is given in page number 183, figure 12.11. 183, figure 12.11. Next one is fifth question. What is photosynthesis and where in a cell does it occur? Answer is given in page number 181. What is photosynthesis? First paragraph. Fully mark it. Mark the equation also. Next, one more question is asked. Where in a cell does it occur? Where does photosynthesis occur? Photosynthesis occur in all green parts of the plant, such as leaves, stem and flower buds. Next, what is respiratory quotient? Question number 6. What is respiratory quotient? It's given in page number 184. Respiratory quotient. Page 184, last paragraph. Respiratory quotient is the ratio of volume of carbon dioxide liberated and volume of oxygen consumed during respiration. It is expressed as RQ is equal to volume of CO2 liberated by volume of O2 consumed. Next, question number 7. Why should the light dependent reaction occur before the light independent reaction? Why should the light dependent reaction occur before the light independent reaction? It's given in page 181. 181. See the heading light dependent photosynthesis. Below the heading, fourth line, you have to start like this. The photosynthetic pigments absorb the light energy and convert it into chemical energy ATP and NADPH2. These products of light reaction move out from the thylakoid to the stroma of the chloroplast. Next paragraph, third line. During this reaction, which reaction? During light independent reaction or dark reaction, CO2 is reduced into carbohydrate with the help of light generated ATP and NADPH2. So, the light dependent reaction should occur before the light independent reaction. Write like that. So, the light dependent reaction should occur before the light independent reaction. Question number 8. Write the reaction for photosynthesis. Write the reaction for photosynthesis. It's given in page 181. Reaction only you have to write 6CO2 plus H2O gives C6H12O6. That reaction you have to write. Next long answer, Roman number 7, first one. A you marked already, monocot root and dicot root. Then say B, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Differentiate the following aerobic and anaerobic respiration. You have to write down the answer in a paper and paste it near the page. Differentiate aerobic and anaerobic respiration. First point, aerobic respiration occur in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of oxygen. Second point, glucose is completely oxidized into carbon dioxide and water. But anaerobic respiration, glucose is incompletely oxidized into ethyl alcohol and CO2. Third point, it occurs in the cytoplasm and mitochondria. It occurs only in the cytoplasm. Last point is, it consists of 3 stages. It consists of 2 stages. These are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Next question. Long answer. Second one. Describe and name 3 stages of cellular respiration that aerobic organism use to obtain energy from glucose. It's given in page 183. Aerobic respiration. Aerobic, it's a long answer, so you have to mark what is aerobic respiration, equation of aerobic respiration, describe the stages, all the stages, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. So you have to mark from aerobic respiration is a type of cellular respiration up to the next page, acceptor. Oxygen, the acceptor or ultimate acceptor of electrons get reduced to water. Up to that you have to mark it. Next one, How does the light, third long answer, how does the light dependent reaction differ from the light independent reaction? How does the light dependent reaction differ from the light independent reaction? What are the end product and reactants in each? Where does each reaction occur within the chloroplast? Long answer, third one. First you have to write down the differentiation. How does the light dependent reaction differ from the light independent reaction? Roman number 7-3. First point, it's called Hill reaction or light reaction. It is called Hill reaction or light reaction. Or light reaction. Light independent reaction, it is called dark reaction or Calvin cycle. Or Calvin cycle. Here, this reaction is carried out in the thylakoid membranes of the chloroplast. Here, this reaction is carried out in the stroma of the chloroplast. Then third point, photosynthetic pigments absorb light energy and convert it into chemical energy ATP and NADPH2. Photosynthetic pigments absorbs light energy and convert it into chemical energy ATP and NADPH2. Here CO2 is reduced into carbohydrate. CO2 is reduced into carbohydrate. Then it is carried, next point is, it is carried out in the presence of light. In the presence of light. Here, light independent reaction, it is carried out the absence of light. These are the differences between light dependent and light independent reaction. Next, what are the end product and reactants in each? What are the end products and reactants in each? Reactants of light reaction, that is water, sunlight and pigments. Reactants of light reaction, that is water, sunlight and pigment. Products produced in light reaction, ATP and NADPH2. Then reactants of dark reaction, that is CO2, ATP and NADPH2. These are the reactants. Products, glucose, water and oxygen. Products, glucose, water and oxygen. Okay children, you have to learn these topics, these question answers well, and we can meet again in the next class. Thank you children.